Yeah, okay. You ready? Are you ready this time? I mean, seriously, are you ready?
I've been ready.
Okay.
I was born ready.
All right. It's wrinkled sheets. It's wrinkled sheets. It's really kind of neat listening to
Wrinkled sheets.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
You don't sound very excited.
You almost sang. I was waiting for you to sing. I was
I
trying
know.
to.
I don't know how
I was trying to be a little.
I don't know how to carry
every
a tune in
episode.
a
I try to
bucket.
get you to, and you won't.
Every time. Welcome to Wrinkled Sheets. I'm Janet.
I'm Steve, and we try stuff. Oh wait, that's something else.
That's something else. And if you don't know what we're talking about, find us on Instagram.
Did you know our last trying stuff video had 4,000 views?
That's pretty impressive. Do we get paid on Instagram?
No, it's Facebook.
Oh, but
There's an Instagram account for it, but the videos are too long to be on Instagram.
oh,
I just post a picture and say, "Come look at the video."
oh. Do we get paid on Facebook?
No,
Freaking Mark Zuckerberg,
I know.
Nazi.
I know. But I do put it on our Wrinkled Sheets video for YouTube.
Oh, good.
And so we get paid on that. But that
Not
one
really.
doesn't get as many video hits, views.
What's wrong with you guys?
I know. I don't understand.
I feel like there aren't as many YouTube people in life as there are Facebook people. So I'm talking, I was in a meeting today at work about the different generations at work. Like right now is like the first time in forever that we've had so many generations in the workplace working together. So you have baby boomers working with Gen Zers.
What are
right?
Gen Zers?
They're the ones after the millennials. They're the Logan,
But they're like
Paul.
but they're like the 18s, aren't they? To
Kylie
21
and
or
Kendall,
something?
21s, yeah.
Okay.
But they're in the workforce.
Oh.
And
you got those with
so we
the
were
millennials
talking
with
about,
the baby boomers.
Yeah, so we were talking about Gen Zs, and I was like,
But Gen X is... Go ahead, finish your story.
is the millennials.
Yeah.
Yes. So we were talking about Gen Zs, and I was like, well, when you do the presentation, because the core audience is going to be Gen Zers, I was like, you need to give some examples of some Gen Zers so that you know that, so that you're expressing that you know who you're talking about. And so some of the names they were giving were like not like going way over my head, and I was like, I feel like
Like what names?
I don't even remember. Like it was the creator of some shows on Netflix that I don't know. I was like, your audience isn't only going to be Gen Zers. It's also going to be other generations. But the core audience is Gen Z. I was like, let's Google who are some popular Gen Zers.
Every time you say Gen Z, I think you're saying ginseng. So, but go ahead.
Generation Z. I'm like, you got the Kendall and the Kylie. You got the Hadid sisters, and then you got Logan Paul and his brother Jake. And my boss was like, who? I was like, YouTube. She's like, I only watch YouTube to fix things. Like if I need to fix my garage. And I feel like there's not as many. It made me go, oh.
No, there's a lot of YouTubers. I mean,
there's a lot younger generation, but we don't appeal to the younger generation.
Right. But what should appeal is that it is topical and well done, because it would be no difference than you and I watching Fleur and Mike or
but
because we're not them, but we have fun watching the things that they do.
But remember when I introduced you to YouTube? I was like, hey, check out this Jenna Marbles chick. And that like opened a whole world for us.
Yeah, because I knew her videos from comedy videos, but I didn't know about that she was doing the vlog stuff, that you could watch all this stuff.
And then that opened us up to, I was like, hey, you like England?
Yeah.
Look at this Fleur de Force lady and her husband, Mike.
And then I totally got hooked on
CTFXC.
Yeah, watching Charles and Allie. Because, the other day when we were watching Jenna Marbles, and she was talking about, I know some of you guys won't like this content, but this is the stuff that I like to watch.
And that's the content I like.
It's the stuff I like to watch. When people are just walking around their house going, oh, I think I'm going to make some eggs this morning. Oh, I'm going to get a cup of coffee. And then it's sort of like when a pointless blog.
Yeah, you got way into him.
Yeah. And it's
Alfie
and Zoe. And they do it from the minute they get up.
Right.
Yeah, like he'll be in bed. Good morning. Let's go make some coffee. And he'll show it, like, make it. And I'll watch that entire entire thing because it's YouTube's version of a reality show without being scripted.
Right.
Because I don't like scripted reality shows. That's why I don't like the Kardashians because of who they are. But you can watch them and go, oh, that's so fake. You can watch the acting every once in a while and go, you guys aren't pulling this off. I'm so angry at you.
But
I am so,
I still enjoy it. Mm.
But I was going to say that I've had several people that watch our vlog say, I don't know why you guys aren't bigger because that we've tapped into an audience that wasn't there, that we're actually doing something for people that aren't the 18 to 13 to 20.
Did you see the comment where someone thought I was a former Playboy bunny?
I saw that.
I was like, what the hell? Thank you very much, but no.
So that was something else that they were like, well, I don't know why, because you always say you want to find your niche audience or find an audience and like
share us with your friends. Share us with your friends. I swear we both say that in our sleep.
Yeah, and then there's such the dedicated people to it. As soon as it's posted,
I love them.
You know what I mean? As soon as it's posted, they're watching and commenting. And
One of our YouTube friends said that you should never let me go out looking as hot as I did.
I saw that.
I'm like, thank you very much. No, I don't need your validation, but damn, it feels good in between meetings at work today when I'm like, I'm not going to do my hair because I've got workout at lunch, so I'm not going to do my hair. I was feeling a little blah, and I'm like, oh, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I mean, we have a smaller audience. It grows every day. If you watch our numbers, which I try to keep track of, they're constantly going up one or two, and then sometimes it'll jump like 4 or 5, whatever. Yay. Like your the one I posted that said you were going to see Taylor Swift, not the actual concerts, but the one that said you were getting excited about going. That one got like, I think maybe because her name must have been in the title.
Oh my gosh!
It got
did you hashtag Taylor Swift? Because
no, I should have.
She's got a name. Did you try and upload the concert content? Because I tried to iMovie my concert content just because I have my own YouTube and I don't monetize it ever. I upload concert footage. I know.
Yeah. I knew you had one, but you never.
It's only concerts. Like the last one was Randy Houser, and I upload and then I share.
Yeah, I didn't have any trouble.
But I can't get Taylor Swift to work on my iMovie, and I'm like, did she block me? Like, she's got power. It was crazy.
Did you try to hashtag it or something?
No, I didn't even get to edit. I'll show you after the podcast.
So wait, let's.
I got so excited.
I know, and I want you to be excited, but I want you to start from the beginning. Don't just go to the bracelets. Go tell your Taylor Swift.
So I've been following Taylor Swift. I remember the first time I saw Tim McGraw on CMT. I used to watch CMT in the morning when I got ready for work, long before.
You're not talking about the singer Tim McGraw. You're talking about her song.
Her first single.
Yeah.
Her first single.
Some people don't know unless you.
Oh, well, you got to Google if you haven't listened to it. She was like 15, 14 maybe. And I remember I was like, because my grandma loved her, I loved my grandma. My grandma loved Tim McGraw. So the song
singer Tim McGraw.
Yes. The song goes, when you think Tim McGraw, I hope you think of me. So, and I know that the meaning of Taylor Swift's song about Tim McGraw is a love song.
About a boyfriend.
Me, I took it like I stopped in my tracks. I was like, who is this 12-year-old on my television, and how is she speaking to me?
She is talking directly to my heart.
And then I was working at KYGO at the time, and then all of a sudden she released Teardrops on My Guitar, and right before that, they booked her at the Grizzly Rose, which is 2,000 person capacity honky tonk here in Denver. And they booked her, and then Teardrops on My Guitar, she went boom, and $10 tickets. So they booked her for 2 days, and it was like, I remember one of our friends, Greg, he was a DJ, and he's like, I want to give away tickets to listeners. So he bought like 50 tickets and was just giving them away.
Yeah. Because they were $10 a piece, and you thought, it's a great promo for my show.
Yeah, get my ratings up. So I remember I went to that concert. It was on a Sunday night. which was challenging because I worked during the day and I worked midnight to 6 a.m. Friday and Saturday night.
Yeah.
It was a challenge. I was exhausted. I walk in and Greg is like, hey, I want you to meet Mudflap. Am I going too far back?
No.
Okay. And so I remember I was back by what is now John's Bar, and I was like, oh, I've heard of this Mudflap. He's the morning guy at the radio station I work at. So I'm exhausted, and I'm just like, I'm here, Taylor Swift, I have to go to work in the morning, but okay. And you walk up, and I was like, and Greg's like, this is Janet, she does overnight weekends, and you go, I thought we voice tracked that. I'm sitting here exhausted, completely exhausted.
And if you didn't catch that, she was talking about me when I was on the air with Mudflap.
I was like, oh, you think we voice track that? The way I'm feeling right now says we do not voice track that. But I said, oh, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
You walk away and I go, Greg, he's just, disrespect. Disrespect.
But my band was opening for Taylor that night.
See, I don't even remember that part. I don't remember. I really don't. I know you say that, but okay. I don't remember that part.
You don't remember that at all?
No.
Oh, I've got video of it.
Yeah.
And
okay. So
also, go ahead. Go ahead. Be excited.
So then, then I saw her at Shine Frontier Days.
Uh-huh.
And then I saw her at the Pepsi Center. And now this was Sports Authority Field at Mile High where the Denver Franken Broncos play. And I didn't realize how many people this held. 58,000 people were there to see Taylor Swift. Not the openers, because the openers were kind of like one-hit wonders.
Well, one of the openers I saw you posted was the
Havana Girl.
I'm in Havana, Havana.
I was like, oh, I recognize this song.
That was the only one you posted from any of the.
Well, we didn't make it there in time for the other opener.
Who was the other opener? Or does it matter? Because it wasn't country.
XCX? Carly XCX?
No idea.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't really care. It's all pop stuff. So it was amazing to... I've watched her go from the Grizzly Rose to 58,000 people. And there was a lot of symbolism, which Taylor is always about. Like, her fans are, like, hardcore.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
They find the symbolism.
Yeah.
She hides it deep, and they find it.
They find the little Easter eggs that are hidden in the...
So I am not all about that life, but I did see... There was one point where she rode a white carriage out to the center of the stadium, and then she rode a snake carriage back. And it was like,
to symbolize
the old
the
Taylor
change.
is dead.
No, don't say she's dead.
But we all got these bracelets as we walked in. Is this a good time to talk
Yeah.
about the bracelets?
Yeah.
I went too far back. I know I did. And so we walk in. They gave us these pretty hardcore bracelets. Like they were sturdy. I already threw them away because they died. But they were like solid plastic. And the guy's like, well, they're supposed to turn on when Taylor comes on. Okay, great. Supposed to. Awesome. So you're thinking that's like this chintzy thing, right?
Yeah.
Taylor comes on and like a rainbow starts moving across the audience because all of our bracelets are lighting up.
What?
And we came in a door that wasn't near our seats. So it was based on GPS. Taylor was tracking me. And at one point there was like all blue except for these pink hearts at some points of the stadium. My coworker went and we were talking about it. She's like, those bracelets. I'm like, I know. I went out to go pee and it turned off.
Changed.
No, it turned
color.
off. Like it was like, you're not in your seat anymore. You don't need light. It was so cool.
It had a range on it. Not only was it. Why'd you throw it away? Would you don't want to keep it as a souvenir if this was the bracelet from.
I don't hoard things. I have a memory.
Oh, yeah. You don't remember me opening for Taylor.
Well,
and I opened both nights.
Exhausted.
Both nights.
I only went Sunday night. I was exhausted.
We had hosted, Taylor got to do she did a meet and greet at the high school before the.
Regis Jesuit.
Yeah.
And I remember that.
And I had hosted that. And so we hung out that afternoon.
With Taylor?
With Taylor.
She was 15.
Yeah. But
how was that?
But they were screaming like the Beatles. I mean, the high school kids were just like ear-piercing screams. And
when I went to the Pepsi Center, that's how it was. I was a little nervous about this one, but because it was an open stadium, I think the screams
sound went up. And that night at the Grizzly Rose, we were waiting out back there at the stage door, and she got out of the car. She got out of the car and goes, "Mudflap!" and comes running over and gave me a hug. And her mom was like, "Get inside! Get inside! Get inside!"
Ooh.
And her mom was kind of. I think it was her mom.
Her mom has always been like her handler, right?
Yeah, always been her handler. But her mom didn't want her. This is what I picked up from the discussion. So if this is her mom didn't want her out there looking like she was hugging somebody, but wasn't hugging everybody.
Because she's very inclusive.
Yes, she didn't want it to look like, well, why did he get a hug?
Oh, and I forgot the time was that at the Pepsi? We didn't see her at the Pepsi Center. We went to the Taylor Experience and then left.
Yeah.
And we met her.
Yeah.
And she sent you a thank you card. And was like, it was lovely meeting you and your girlfriend.
Yeah.
She didn't use my name.
But I have another card from her where she taped a penny to the inside and said, "Good luck on winning the CMA award."
Ah, yes. And didn't you get fired that year?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Taylor. Your penny didn't work. But yeah, so those are our Taylor Swift memories. We got two very different worlds here, but it all worked out for you and I. We ended up reconnecting later, and
You forgave me?
I did.
For your voice track?
It was Greg that brought it up. Like, we had been hanging out for a minute, and Greg's like, "I thought you hated him. Don't you remember he said that?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah." I was so tired that night that I probably would never have remembered it. It wasn't for our friend Greg that's getting married this August.
Huh.
You're missing the wedding.
I thought he was already married.
Well, no.
I thought they went to Hawaii and got married.
No, they got engaged in Hawaii.
Oh.
Wow.
It's hard to keep up with all these
youngins.
These youngins, their comings and their goings. So anyway, that was our Taylor Swift, your Taylor Swift bracelet story that went all the way back to caveman days. But
it was a long time ago. I had to Google when I was posting. It was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. That had to be
2007.
Wow.
It was 11 years ago.
Wow.
She's grown up so much.
Wow.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem that long ago, especially for me. But then again, we were talking about that the other day, how everything seems like yesterday. Time Hop today sent me this thing about a restaurant that you and I went to, this Greek restaurant called
Oppa!
Yanni's. It's an amazing...
I just remember Oppa!
Yeah, it was so good, and we kept saying, "Oh, we should go back there. We need to go."
It's
right
still
by the
open.
It's right by the movie theater we go to. We walk by, and we go, "We should go back there."
Oppa!
And then today, I get the thing saying, "It's been 7 years since we should go back there."
That means we were almost together a year when we went.
We went there.
We're about ready to celebrate our 8 years together anniversary.
My God. Isn't it 7 years when you're supposed to get the 7-year itch and get all weird?
I got no itchy. Did you get itchy?
Don't you get itchy about...
I didn't.
Have I made the right choice? Am I with the right person?
No, because we got married at our 7.5-year mark, so I feel like we passed that 7-year itch. No itchiness here.
No eczema?
No eczema.
Okay.
You got eczema? You got eczema?
I have eczema.
You want to exit?
No, I'm teasing you. I am teasing you.
How? You know what's exiting?
Roseanne.
Bro, you felt the transition.
Yeah, because you threw it up on the big screen. We have the TV here where we podcast, and she just threw it up on the Google.
Okay.
The Google.
Can I go back to caveman days?
Yeah.
So growing up, I wasn't allowed to watch Roseanne. It was too adult. Because it was back in the day.
It was not that adult. It was just more edgy. It wasn't adult.
It was more than
Like, it didn't have
Full
the
House.
sex jokes like Golden Girls.
Right, but they were having, like, premarital sex.
Who was? Darlene and
Yes.
And what? Speaking of
Leonard,
which...
hold on. We'll go there.
Okay.
But I wasn't allowed, but I've watched plenty of reruns.
Uh-huh.
I love
Show was
Roseanne.
always good.
And then I was so excited they brought her back. And then she had to tweet something and get canceled. ABC doesn't mess around. They own Disney, don't they?
They own
Still?
everything. Disney, and that's part of it.
Bachelor Nation.
Disney, ESPN, all that is, and that's sort of what's going on today. Is she
Today is the D-Day.
Today, I mean, and it went down in a matter of like 3 or 4 hours. So I'm at work. My coworker's like, "Oh my gosh, Roseanne just did some stuff. Now Roseanne's canceled." And I'm like, "What?" And then I had text you like an hour later, "Hey, how's your day?" And you're like, "Did you hear Roseanne got canceled?" I was like, "Yes. What the heck happened?" And no one really told me what happened. And we don't need to go into the details. No, it's just that she tweeted.
There was a tweet.
It was a tweet, and she was making fun of somebody's looks.
From the Obama administration.
Yeah, and it sort of...
it was racial.
It was racial.
It was there.
I'm not going to try to defend it, but it was almost no worse than some of the... If you're following what's happening on where all the stuff where they've compared George Bush to a monkey and showing... Trump blowing his brains out and them blatantly lying about or making fun of Sarah Sanders' looks.
I feel bad
so they're
for
saying,
the actors and actresses that kind of went off into nowhere and then they came back.
I know. Well, the thing is, she did it. She apologized. She admittedly came back and said, "I'm sorry. It was a joke."
So did Kathy Griffin, and she's still on the no-fly list.
Maybe she didn't have a show.
Yeah,
but they're saying what they're comparing it to is all these other people that like Bill Maher and Jimmy Kimmel that have done and said things just as bad, and they're posting their tweets and pictures, and they're like, why aren't they? What is that? I can't read it from just said Jackie. What is it?
Okay, so Sheldon, the actor that plays Sheldon, Jim Parsons, he Instagrammed a pic of the lady that plays Jackie and also plays his mom on the Big Bang Theory. And it says Jackie in the Roseanne characters, and it says, "You watched it for her anyway. Coming to ABC." It's an LOL.
Oh.
Get the joke?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's created some controversy.
Yeah.
But this isn't the first time she's created controversy.
No. And then her agency dropped her immediately following the cancellation of the...
So what's she going to do? Go raise macadamia nuts? Can she still do that?
I guess so. She has she's rich and she's got macadamia
which
farm.
Island is she on? She's not on the main island, right?
She's on the big island.
Up.
She's on the big island with the volcano, but it's not where she is.
Good. Have you talked to her ex-husband?
No, but he did tweet today. He posted that she and I have had our differences, but I can guarantee you she's not of everything. She is not a racist. Bill tweeted that because I don't know. It's just one of those things. And will it make it bigger if somebody tries to pick it up? Like Last Man Standing has turned into this crusade of people like, get it renewed. Yes, it's been renewed. And, so is this going to be one of those things that, we'll take her and we'll make it bigger? Or
I'm not going to hold my breath because her tweet was different than Last Man Standing getting canceled because it was too conservative.
Well, they're saying the internet conspiracy is saying that they were just looking for a reason to dump her because the show had gotten so popular.
But she's been full of controversy. Can we go through this list? Can we please go through this list?
Let's go through your list.
I've been trying to go through this list for like 5 minutes.
Jumping over there. All right, you go through the list.
So remember when she sang the Star Spangled Banner horribly?
Yes. And she grabbed her crotch and spit.
Why would she do that?
I don't know.
And then she tweeted after Fergie's national anthem horribleness. She said that hers was better low key.
Yeah. Who saw Fergie's national anthem performance at the NBA All-Star game? I think mine was better low key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Roseanne poses as Hitler for Hebe magazine. Do you remember that?
Yes, but that was a Jewish magazine that she was doing a...
You're going to defend her for everyone, aren't you?
Yeah, because I have to. I mean, I'm sure she's been a friend for years. I don't have to go for everything, but I know the story behind that. It was an article, and it was about, Hitler. The joke was about Hitler. I mean, and people say, well, you're not supposed to joke about Hitler. But I think if it's almost like if a Mexican comic can make a Mexican joke, or an
Jewish.
Indian comic, she's Jewish. She was doing it for a Jewish magazine.
In 2010, she slammed Marie Osmond after Osmond's son Michael's suicide.
No, I didn't know about that one.
She said in a blog post titled, Marie Osmond's poor gay son killed himself. Roseanne criticized Osmond's Mormon religion. Osmond has also previously denied that Michael was gay. You have no words
I
there.
don't know, 'cause I don't know about that one.
Roseanne, in 2012, tweeted out George Zimmerman's parents' home address.
I do remember that. That caused quite the controversy.
Roseanne appears to support various conspiracy theories.
She does do that.
So do you.
I know. Well, see, to me, conspiracy theories have a little bit of truth to them. And I think if you follow along and they unfold and you see a couple of them that actually came true, then you're like, oh, well, you know, if there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah. And those are the top. That's it.
Scroll down, go back up to the conspiracy thing.
Where her and Chelsea Clinton exchanged tweets.
What was that about?
So Roseanne tweeted Chelsea Soros Clinton. And Chelsea Clinton responded, "Good morning, Roseanne. My given middle name is Victoria. I imagine George Soros' nephews are lovely people. I'm just not married to one. I'm grateful for the important work Open Society does in the world. Have a great day." And then Roseanne responded, "Sorry to have tweeted incorrect info about you. Please forgive me. By the way, George Soros is a Nazi who turned in his fellow Jews to be murdered in German concentration camps and stole their wealth. Were you aware of that? But we all make mistakes, right, Chelsea?" Boom.
See, we all, but she's probably going to use that again. Hey, we all make mistakes. Why can't this one tweet just been...
I hope she recovers from this. I don't know what that looks like. She had her chance and she blew it.
You're right. And I do, same thing you said earlier, I feel bad for all, it's not just the cast. I mean, that show is writers, directors, camera crew, production.
The
whole
normal person.
Yeah, it's not just like you or I getting fired. That is like an industry gets shut down.
They're making Maleficent 2.
What?
Angelina
I never saw the
Jolie.
first one.
It was so good. So good. I just saw this I was on the Entertainment Tonight website looking up the Roseanne stuff. Angelina Jolie has reunited with Elle Fanning. I think that's the other Fanning.
Dakota Fanning?
Yeah, her younger sister. As production begins on Maleficent 2.
What?
I'm not a Disney fanatic, but that was a good movie.
Isn't that just the bad person from Snow White or something like that? Or
I mean, maybe. I don't connect the dots like that, but it was a great movie. You know what movie I did see this weekend? The book club movie.
The old ladies get sexy movie?
Yes.
The old ladies getting jiggy with it? It's like Golden Girls reads 50 Shades of Grey, right? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, so I'm pulling it up because I'm horrible with names. It's Diane Keaton, Jane Fonda, Candice Bergman, Mary Steenburgen. Okay.
You're horrible with names.
I really am. I was a big fan of the love story of 50 Shades of Grey. And they even point out that 50 Shades of Grey is a love story. I'm like, you preach, girl. It was hilarious. Jane Fonda, she played the sexy Blanche from like Golden Girls. Then you had Candice Bergman that played like a big important judge. Forget what the title was, but she was hilarious, and she was a cat lady. I always liked Murphy Brown.
Murphy Brown's coming back. They're bringing back that show.
No, they can't.
They are.
That's one of the shows they cannot.
Yeah, they're bringing it back, even though her painter died.
Oh, but Dan was supposedly dead in Roseanne.
No, he really's dead. The actor's dead.
I was like,
they can't bring him back, by the way.
I recommend the book club. Andy Garcia's in it. He's adorable.
Who else were the guys? Because I remember looking through the
Coach.
cast. Craig T. Nelson.
Yes.
Yeah. You're horrible with names.
I really am.
Coach? The guy from Coach? Who else?
Ooh, I don't know.
They don't have the cast listed there?
I just...
Oh. You just closed it.
No, it's still here. I just gave you the cast that they showed. Oh, view 10 more. Oh, good.
View 10?
Oh, my gosh. I'm so bad. Don Johnson.
I knew there were some big names in it. That's what...
Craig T. Nelson. Alicia Silverstone's in it.
See?
Yeah. It was a great movie. The little guy from Young Sheldon, Wallace Shawn, who was also in Clueless with Alicia Silverstone.
What?
Who are you
What did Don Johnson do in the movie?
He played Jane Fonda's long-lost fiancé, who she declined 40 years prior, and then they reconnected. And do they end up together? Who knows? You gotta go see the movie.
Don Johnson is way younger than her.
Hey Siri. Hey Siri.
He's way younger.
How old is Don Johnson?
Here's what I found on the web for Please Way Younger. How old is Don Johnson?
So he was born in 1949. So he's 68?
Is he?
My dad was born in 1949. I should know this. He's going to be 69 this year. Hey Siri.
You're having so much trouble with that.
How old is Jane Fonda?
Jane Fonda is 80.
You're right.
See?
There's 11 years difference. But Jane Fonda has some great surgeons in her world, and they don't look that much different in the movie. She actually had like this red short hair. It was adorable.
So you recommend it?
I do.
Okay.
Do we want to go back to the...
To what?
To John Galecki? Did
Sure.
I get that name right? Did I get the name right?
I think you did.
So you were fighting with Big Bang Theory writer dude on Twitter.
The writer-producer of Big Bang Theory and I were fighting on Twitter, arguing back and forth.
A week and...
No one needs to know. But
it was like 2 weeks ago.
But we were
out of town.
We were arguing.
You lost your phone.
Yeah, and I actually... I made my point, and it made him...
so you screenshotted and shared your fight.
Yes, that I...
And I had texted you and said, stop fighting with Big Bang Theory people because I will not stop watching Big Bang Theory. Please.
Yes. So on that same day...
You lost your phone and you never responded to my text.
Right.
I don't know if you actually lost your phone.
I did lose my phone.
Or you used that as an excuse to not respond to my text. So then, that same night... There was like a, should I, shouldn't I? Because I didn't buy a ticket. Randy Houser was performing at the Grizzly Rose. What? Why'd you tell me Randy Houser? So I show up at the Grizzly Rose, 6:30 p.m. The show doesn't start till 8:30. The show started at 8:30, actually 8. And I was like, why is it starting so early? This is weird. Cool. Opening band starts and they're like, oh, there's going to be a middle band. And we were shocked as hell to find out that this middle band was going to be here. And I was like...
What was the name of the middle band? Oh, you're so good with names. Come on.
You're mean. You're really mean. I'm pulling it up.
You don't need to look it up. That just causes silence on the podcast,
no,
and I have to edit out.
I will keep talking.
Just keep talking because I have to edit out every time you go to, hey Siri.
So what happened is this was the very first time for this band to ever perform.
Ever.
Yeah, and it was called Juan and Ethel.
Juan and Ethel. What, like Juan?
Yes.
Okay.
Juan and Ethel. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm by myself, and I know a lot of people there, and I'm just like, I'm looking, like I'm like feeling like an old lady. I'm like, my eyes deceive me. So I like text the DJ, and I was like, hey, Rockin' Scott, who is this band? And he responds, that's the guy from the Big Bang Theory. I was like, my eyes do not deceive me. That's Johnny Galecki. He was also on Roseanne. And it was like some ska. They sang like 4 songs. One of them was Jackson. It was him and a girl.
We got married in a fever. That one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Jackson.
Not everybody knows that.
Oh. That's sad. So then Randy Houser comes out. But then I go to look on Randy Houser's Instagram. I guess him and John Galecki are like friends.
Well, that's kind of... I thought that was odd because... One is a movie and TV star, and other's a Nashville country singer. And
but they hashtag all of their pictures like uncommon like friends or something like that. Let me see. I'm pulling it up right now.
I'd like to know the story behind that. Like, where
How?
did they meet? Did they meet at somebody's party? Or was Johnny in Nashville trying to cut this album that they're working on? Or what's the connection between the country singer and the movie star?
I know. It's so weird. And like half the people there I watched, they removed their hashtag. I swear that it used to say like uncommon friends. Like,
Oh, maybe they broke up.
no, there's still like there's more pictures. Like they were walking around Jazz Fest in Denver the next day.
What?
I didn't even know there was a Jazz Fest in Denver. Yeah. But unlikely friends or something used to be their hashtag, and now they've removed that. That's weird. It was weird. Yeah, how did that happen?
Oh, gotta know.
You gotta know.
Hey Siri, how did...
He's making fun of me. He's making fun of me. So, see what happens when you're gone? I have all this excitement that I have no one to share it with.
You should just come down here and podcast by yourself.
Do you know, you give me direction. Do you know how long I'd be talking about stupid?
Well, you could call your podcast Janet Rambles for an Hour. That's just what you just call yours. Janet Rambles for an Hour.
If anyone is still listening and you want to hear that podcast, hit me up.
Hit her up and let her know.
Pinkfarm27 at yahoo.com.
Because you have the capabilities right here. The studio's in the basement. I'm out of town. Just fix yourself a Malibu and come down and go, you're never going to guess what happened at a concert.
I haven't even drank that much.
But you put like half of a bottle of Malibu in that.
Not.
I've never seen somebody drink that much Malibu.
Oh, my Lanta. Do you want to go to some uncommon news? Do we have time?
Yeah, let's do uncommon news.
Do we need like a transition song.
Uncommon news. Uncommon news. Uncommon. It's news and it's uncommon, so it's uncommon news.
We need to bookmark that so we can use that in the future.
Okay.
So, I always, when I was a child, I wanted one of those Barbie cars for kids.
You mean the real one that you could sit in and drive?
Yeah, as a child.
Not the one with Barbie, you just push it around. You wanted
No, I
to
had
drive
one of those. I had a
Okay.
Corvette. But I wanted like the Jeep.
Yeah.
I did not mean to buy a Jeep because of Barbie. I did not.
You have a Jeep because
No.
of Barbie.
But I always wanted one of those. I forget what the brand was. Tonka? Is it Tonka?
I don't think Tonka.
I know. Okay. But a team has taken a Barbie Power Wheels, that's it, and Mustang, and they've tweaked it to go 72 miles an hour. Why would
What?
you want a Power Wheels? I keep messing up the word. Power Wheels
You're
car.
so good with names.
Horrible. So men replaced the innards of the Barbie car with components of an old go-kart and the engine from a Honda dirt bike.
Oh.
Could you imagine you're driving down like Parker Road and the speed limit is 45 and this 55 mile an hour Barbie Hot Wheel or Power Wheel
You're so good with
passes
names.
you.
I don't. Well, it's not. First of all, it probably wouldn't be street legal.
It probably would not. It would be on the side of the road.
It'd be on the side of the road, or it'd be down
And
at
she
a
would
racetrack.
She would have a
A helmet on.
and
Barbie
it would have to be a she.
Would have to be.
Yes.
Well, you know, I don't think you should put that kind of label on.
I'm sure my ABC show will now be canceled.
You know.
Oh, wait.
Why would you say it has to be a she? You know, the world has changed a lot since.
You know what hasn't changed?
What is that, Janet?
Remember that song Gin and Juice? By Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Sipping on gin and juice.
Yeah.
He brought gin and juice back recently.
Well, he needed to because he's never had another hit.
He broke a Guinness World Record with a giant gin and juice.
Oh,
He's been cooking with Martha Stewart. What do you mean? He's
Yeah.
been out and about.
I said record. I didn't say appearance.
132 U.S. gallons of gin and juice. Who's going to drink all that?
You?
You're making people think I'm a drunkie.
You're a drunkie. Is that like a drug alcohol person?
No,
Drunkie.
I thought that was a pretty cool story.
Where did they do this? You can't just give bits and pieces of a story.
No.
You can't just give bits and pieces. You know what? He made this big giant gin and juice. He was 130. What did he do it for? Where did they do it?
I bet he did it for the world record. It was in USA Today 12 hours ago.
Yeah?
Yeah. And it happened on May 29th, which was today.
Today's 29th?
Or it was published today. It probably happened yesterday. So he took the stage at the Bottle Rock Napa Valley Music Festival with fellow West Coast rapper Warren G and Top Chef Season 6 winner Michael V, I can't pronounce his last name, with the help of kitchenware brand Williams-Sonoma to break the Guinness World Record for the largest paradise cocktail. And this happened on Saturday.
Oh.
Did I give you all the details you wanted?
Yes. Do you see how this works? Do you see how a story is an actual... You did radio.
I know.
You did radio.
And that song was by Tim McGraw. Crap, I have 2 seconds. Here's Faith.
But you have your degree in communication and news.
No, but when you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
And I've been on the phone all damn day talking to people. You don't think my talker gets tired?
No. No, you don't talk to people. You sit there and listen to
I ask them questions.
Conversations.
No.
You ask them.
No.
Because you'll,
No.
I'm involved in this hour-long conference call.
No, those are calls I do. Like when I typically work from home, I strategically do it on days where I'm only on conference calls. But I actually have to have Janet to person conversations all day long. It's called phone interviews. I'm interviewing people for jobs.
Well, when you call people back and tell them we've decided to go in a different
you have
direction.
had to hear that call. I say it with a smile.
Do you ever have anybody just do the, well, screw you, I don't want this job anyway?
It has happened. And I just say, thank you, sir. You have a great day. You kill them with kindness. You kill them with glitter. You throw glitter in their face and hope it gets in their eyeballs.
So you have had it, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's immature people out there. They can't handle no. Like, whew.
Are they mean, or just like...
Not typically, but every once in a while. I've had death threats. That was at my very second,
what?
Not my very first.
Death threats for not hiring them? Or
yeah, like they called me 100 times and like I wouldn't pick up and I'm going to come kick your ass. I'm going to come take care of this situation. It was bad.
I remember you told me one time about a letter you got where somebody was mean to you in a letter.
That was bad too. Yeah, but I forget about the negative stuff until you bring it up now. But most of the time, it's just like you're breaking up with people all day long.
My sister, was...
She had to fire people.
She was the axe.
She was the axe man. Want to do that. Most of the time, I can break up with people via automatic email. Like, sorry, we've reviewed 1 million people, and you were not the number one.
But yeah, she would have to be escorted out of the building, and and she said that if people saw her come into a building,
they know.
They just start crying.
Well, like our Canadian HR business partner, we had a conference call today. Okay, I did have a conference call.
Okay.
But I was helping lead it. He was like, sorry, I'm late. And next to me is our U.S. HRBP. And my U.S. HRBP was like, what are you doing? Slacking off? Having a drink in the middle of the day? You Canadians? And he's like, no, I was actually doing what neither one of us like to do, but we have to do. And that means he was firing someone. Bummer.
Yeah.
I hate that. I always, when that happens, I'm like, I love the part of HR that I'm in. I hire people. I am not firing them, because firing them, you're taking away their salary. You're taking away their benefits. With me, I've never given them all that stuff, and I'm breaking up with them. Like I'm breaking up with them. They're divorcing.
Have you been fired?
No.
Never.
I've been laid off once.
But you weren't fired.
I've never been fired.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's like.
Yeah. Isn't laid off the same thing as fired?
No, because it was when the economy went boop.
Yeah, but that's the same thing. When I got laid off from the radio station, I was told a budget cut. I mean, that's...
Oh, yes.
So
you weren't fired.
No, I was not fired. I was laid off. That's why I was trying to figure out what the difference is when people say, I got fired, or I got laid off, or I got...
So I felt it coming because, like, we were not having as many open jobs. And, yeah. I cried. But I don't know what it's like to be fired. Like, when you've got tons of work coming in... Mm-hmm. Like, I'm always like, what? I don't want to ever go through that, but part of me is like, well, maybe I do just to know what it's like, but I don't want to.
I think she should be able to go back to the days where you can just fire somebody. You don't have to have a paper trail. You don't have to keep
No, that's not fair.
Documentation.
That's not legal.
I know, but it should be. I think if you own
So I wear the wrong color, and my VP of HR walks in and goes, ugh, I hate that green on you. You're fired.
No, but they have to give you a legitimate reason. You know what I mean? You can't, because of the paper trail. You're being so PC at this point.
That's because I'm in HR.
I know, but
I don't know any other way.
no, but if somebody's like, you're not doing your job, you're fired. Well, you got to, that's what I'm saying. Or you have not showed up on time for a week, you're fired. You know.
It's been a while.
Instead of having,
But-
you got to have this whole paper trail.
So
You
when
got to
it
start at
comes
6
to that,
months.
when it comes to that, because I have worked with people, not currently, but in the recent past, where it's like, how are we working our asses off, pardon my French, and seeing these other people come in at 9 o'clock and leave at 3 every day?
And like, how come they're not being
And
written up?
like, when people get really frustrated and start complaining about that, I'm like, it all comes out in the wash. And it does. Every time. Those people, the paper trail builds, and they get fired.
Right, but you have to do the paper trail, which is a
Right.
waste of time and money for the job. Because if they're not doing it and you know it, you
Right.
should be able to go, I don't need to do this for 6 months, and I've given you a warning, and now this is going in your file. Because now you could have replaced them, you could have got a better employee, production could have come up. There's this whole thing of like, and then I know people that are saying like, well, I'll avoid hiring too many millennials because they're going to quit anyway.
And we're trying to get away from stereotypes in the workplace.
Well, I know, but that's that's people that run companies will say that because they're like, well, they don't have the same work ethic. So if they're like, there's a concert I want to go to, I just quit.
So I am technically a millennial. It starts in 81.
I know.
It's crazy. Kate is a millennial.
She's an actual millennial.
I am
Isn't she?
actually.
No, you're like 1 year into it.
But yes, she is. But neither one of us. That's why you have to avoid those stereotypes. The stereotypes are there because maybe 70% of that generation can act like that. But then you have the 30 to 40% that doesn't.
Or
So
the people that
stop.
go, why am I have to cover up my tattoos? Don't you guys have a? Do you guys have a thing in
No, that was my last
your
job.
last job? Well, they have a policy, an actual policy.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, why do I have to? Wait, life has these things.
I interviewed a girl, and we were going to hire her. She had face tattoos. She had agreed to wear Kat Von D, I Conceal Everything makeup. Mm-hmm. She failed her drug screen.
And you were like, am I shocked?
I was not shocked. She had star tattoos on her face. I was like, I love stars, but not on my face.
Well, Kat Von D has the stars around her eyes.
She was making.
But she's a tattoo artist. That's what she does for a living.
She's making money. She's making the money.
I'm not against what you're shaking your. I'm not against
face tattoos. I'm against face tattoos.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think you have to take into consideration. I'm not against them if that's what you do, if it fits what you do, if you're a,
but wait until
rapper.
you're 30.
Yeah, make the decisions. It's kind of like I've always said. I don't want my surgeon, the guy that's going to come in to talk to me about a cancer surgery, to eat me on his knuckles. Because I got these when I was in high school. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you're thinking,
Well, yeah. Hopefully that does not happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want the professional jobs to come at you professionally.
Right. I don't know if I want my investment banker to have like a spider web tattoo on his Adam's apple.
Yeah.
You're
neck
thinking
tattoos. David Beckham can rock a good neck tattoo at the royal wedding, but not
everybody.
Your financial person.
But his job was a
Soccer player,
footballer.
Okay. And then he married, and he was also married to Scary Spice, Sporty Spice.
No.
Sassy Spice.
No.
What's Posh?
No, Posh.
One of the spices.
Spice Rack. He's married to Spice Rack.
I'm really great with names.
You're so good with names.
Can we transition?
Sure. To what?
What is it with Dunkin Donuts coffee that people love?
It's delicious.
So you're a big fan?
Yeah.
We have a new Dunkin Donuts here.
Yeah. It just just opened up by the house, and I haven't been.
What the heck? You're home.
I should have gone today because Starbucks was closed in honor of Roseanne getting canceled. But
no, they were doing sensitivity training.
That's what I said.
Which is the same type of training that she needed.
So yeah, but they have really good coffee, and I don't know about the one. It's just the way it's roasted, the flavor, and they will make it for you however you like. You say, do I want it white with sugar? You know, you want milk cream. They fix it for you, and they do the right amount of. I don't know how they do it, but it's when you get I like it with cream and sugar. It is exactly like pow.
So my one of my nail friends, it's a girl that is on the same rotation as me every other Saturday at 9:30 on Saturday. She was late 2 Saturdays ago because her Dunkin Donuts order got jacked up. And then this last time she was earlier than me because I needed to go to Sonic for burrito after the Taylor Swift concert. And again, she had this massive Dunkin Donuts cup. And I was like, what is it with Dunkin? She's like, oh, it's just amazing.
You should stop. You have to go buy that on the way to work.
Do they do Truvia?
I think just about anything.
Because I like coconut coffee with my Truvia. Do they have coconut pumps?
I don't think they do. No, they don't do. They don't do like Starbucks.
I'm too foo-foo.
But what's the give the? Oh, you may not want to the new coffee that you bought $60 worth yesterday.
Please do not buy this. It's horrible. I'm lying.
$60. It's limited edition coffee.
Okay, so the last podcast that we talked about mudslide.
Yeah,
coffee
and how we couldn't find it.
They don't make it anymore. Then I'm like going through my Walmart and they have this island coconut. And I'm like, coconut, that is what I love. I love the coconut. And then they have the chocolate coconut. And I was like, coconut's what I love. So I got both of them. The island coconut is almost as good as mudslide. The chocolate coconut, little too chocolatey.
It's more like mocha. It really tastes more like just a mocha.
I look and I'm like, of course, the island coconut is limited edition. I immediately go to Walmart.com's app and I'm like, oh, I want to order all the island coconut. And they're like, 2 left. And I'm, okay, give me the freaking 2, jackrabbits.
That was it, of the limited edition.
So then we go to Walmart yesterday, and
we look on the coffee aisle.
We look on the coffee aisle, not there. Look on the end caps near the coffee aisle, not there.
We're thinking it's gone, it's sold out, it's
done.
We're
on the other side of the store getting cat litter or something.
It was over by the pet food.
Or the coffee machines.
Yeah.
And you were like, Janet, K-cups. And I turn and island coconuts right in my head. And we took every ounce of that island coconut.
They had 6 boxes.
And I
$10 a box, and you got them.
They don't go bad, right?
They have an expiration date on it, but
hopefully it's 2022.
Yeah, I looked. You're fine.
Oh, you looked because
I thought the same thing. I was like, can you? This is with 14, 18 things a box. Well, that's 6. That's how many days is this? This is over a year's worth of coffee here.
Rude. Yeah, it's really good stuff.
It was good. I have to agree. You made me want.
I don't need to go to Dunkin' Donuts. I don't need to go to Starbucks.
Because if I go to Dunkin' Donuts, I'm going to get donuts with my
donut holes. Holes.
And I'm trying to lose weight.
We're always trying to lose weight. It's been our whole relationship. We're both trying to lose weight.
Give us the stupid time hop thing shows up the other day, and even last year, 1 year ago. I was thinner,
it's the cruise ship life, babe.
I was wearing a T-shirt in the 1 year that I can't get into now. So 1 year ago, I was wearing
the cruise ship life.
God,
you just got to go on some fasting, do some fasting, where you fast a whole day, no coffee, sugar.
How do you do that? I can't wake up without coffee. I guess I could do just a shot of espresso.
That's a lot of sugar.
No, I'm talking about no sugar, just a shot.
You don't put sugar in your espresso
I
anymore.
do, but if I had to do coffee with nothing, I could just do a shot of espresso.
Yeah, get it over with. Just like you used to do with Jack Daniels.
Yeah. Throw a shot back and go.
Carry on with your day.
Yeah.
And water. And here I am giving you advice, and I can't take my own advice. But
because you told me the other night, you go, how do you come home and lose weight?
You come home and I gain weight.
How does that work?
Because I'm so healthy. I maintain. I maybe lose like 5 pounds when you're gone. And then you come home and let's go to World Market. Let's get the pork rinds.
But how do I end up losing weight while I'm home, but putting it on the...
Because I think you move around more than when you're home. Than when you're on the ship, you just stay in your room.
Yeah, that's true. I just veg out.
Yes.
Well, I think a lot of mine is my shows are late, and I don't get back to my room till midnight, and then I'll do room service, and that takes an hour because it could be 40 minutes to an hour, and then
I recall that.
And then you eat late and go to bed, and I think that's a lot of it is that I just eat and go to bed. Mm-hmm. So. Anyway, did you have fun?
Is it really that time?
Yeah.
Wow.
You zoomed right through this.
I had a lot of stories.
You had a lot of stories.
What happens when you leave me
had your bracelet
alone?
story that you had to
go back
to caveman days about. And
so if in future podcasts, Janet should be only limited to 15 minutes of talking and Steve should have 45, let us know.
No, this was perfect. This was perfect today.
Yeah?
So tell everybody how to find us. And
you can find us on Wrinkled Sheets.
Yes.
On the
You're so good with names.
On the Facebook. Wrinkled Sheets, the number 1 on Twitter. Wrinkled Sheets on YouTube. Wrinkled Sheets, the number 1 at gmail.com.
And
share us with your friends.
And Steve and Janet trying stuff on Facebook and YouTube.
We just filmed a bunch of videos yesterday.
Yeah. We did three yesterday.
Yeah. It was boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. But I'm just going to try to put up one a week. Because
right.
I don't want to inundate
we pre-film.
people. You know, somebody said you should do more, and I was thinking I don't want to do more than like one a week.
No, because then you're not going to get as many views.
Right.
You leave the people wanting more.
Like right now. Bye.